I think the only thing that I was worried about is when I got stabbed in this arm, I lost feeling in my three fingers. So my feeling came back maybe in 2018. My feeling started to come back. I got stabbed in his hand like 2017. I got stabbed in my arm. So yeah, and it was my youth nerve that I got stabbed in. So
Can you explain how that happened or what led to the stabbing?
protecting my friend. I sent her to the shop to get her hair braided, and basically one of the girls that was at the shop, like, she basically braided her hair too soft, like to the point where I couldn't sew hair on it because I was planning on sewing her hair in, but my nails was too long. So I sent her to the shop to get her hair braided for her birthday. I was gonna give her a sew-in because at the time I was selling hair. So I'm like, okay, I'm gonna give you some free bundles. I'm gonna do your hair for you, but I can't braid it. So I'm gonna send you to this shop. It was like on 70-something in Vincennes or whatever. And I sent her to the shop basically to get her hair done. And the girl braided it too soft, so I sent her back up to the shop when she came back to me with the braids. And basically one of the girls or whatever, like, had got smart with me over the phone, basically saying, like, if I knew how to braid so good, why didn't I braid her hair myself? So I pulled up to the shop, but I didn't pull up on some fighting stuff when it was all across like Facebook when it first happened because I didn't have Instagram. But yeah, I basically just pulled up to the shop and had words with one of the girls, and it just got out of hand and threw some punches and we started fighting. And then I got jumped and one of them stabbed me in my arm.
Did you know before I even ask this next question,
Right.
what did they stab you with?
Scissors. Yes, they took scissors. They stabbed me right through here. It hit my youth nerve. So after I found out that I didn't find out I was stabbed until we heard like police, and then like everybody we took off running. Mind you, it was just me and my friend. We got jumped by like a whole shop full of girls. So yep, and basically when we heard the police, I found out I was stabbed when I was like on my way to my car, and I felt like this part of my arm was numb. Like it kind of was like going numb, like a tingle up my arm, but I wasn't really sweating it at first until I started feeling like I couldn't breathe. Like that was my first time ever feeling like I could not breathe. So, and when I got to the hospital, I threw up and I passed out. My friend was crying. My mama was upset crying. My daddy was yelling. Everybody was like going crazy. So yeah.
How'd you get driven to the hospital?
My friend drove.
The one that had the braids done?
Yep, she drove. Yep.
I have a pair of scissors here to the side.
Uh-huh.
Did they look like these scissors here to the side that stabbed you?
They was a little sharp. They like hair scissors.
Oh.
They was like sharper on the end. So when it went in, it was like, yeah.
As you were getting jumped, how many people jumped you?
Oh God, it was like like 6 girls jumped me.
And did you notice one of them had a pair of scissors?
I did not. I did not notice that she had the scissors. I don't even know where the scissors like really came from. It was out of nowhere. I was just rocking through fighting, and then somebody stabbed me with some scissors. So, cause I was fighting the owner, everybody. It was like 2 people fighting my friend in the corner. I was fighting everybody. So, yeah.
And when you actually get stabbed with these scissors,
right?
Do you feel it exactly when it happens?
No, my adrenaline rushing. So I'm like, I'm just fighting. Like I'm just going. At that point, I was just fighting, and this was way before I was even like really that popular on social media. I think the first thing that got me popular on social media was Nicki Minaj posting me on her Instagram for like Halloween, like as her lookalike or something, because I put out a picture together just on some planned stuff, and then I went viral from that. So this was like during like those times. This was during those times before I was even like big, like getting popular. I just got on Instagram last year. So yeah, this was
2019.
This is like 2017. Yeah, I got on Instagram in 2019 for sure. Like I been had an Instagram, but I wasn't on it. I had like last year I had like 10,000 followers on there, and I was never on it. I was on Facebook because Facebook was where I used to go up at. So I just got on there consistently because everybody kept telling me, go to Instagram, go to Instagram. Like, all right. So, yeah.
And now you're almost at 250,000.
I'm past that, actually.
Are you?
Yeah,
Oh,
it's
okay.
just, yeah. I'm
I know it was
almost
around
at,
there.
Yeah, I think I'm almost at like 270. Yeah.
Okay, so 250,000 followers in about a year.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
And on Facebook, do you have the same handle as your Instagram, or is it different?
I actually got more followers on Facebook than, yeah, I do.
But I mean the handle.
What?
The screen name. Is it the same on
Oh,
Facebook
yeah.
as it is?
Same thing. Yep. Same name on Facebook as Instagram.
What is it if people want to
It's
check it
Daujee
out?
Keyes. Same thing. It's just type in Daujee Keyes, you'll see me. I started off going viral on Facebook first. Used to hit millions of views rapping in my car, just playing around before I actually took it serious.
Because on Instagram in your bio, you say that there's another account.
I said it's not another account.
Oh, it's not another account. I'm
Yeah,
sorry.
it's not. This is my only account on Instagram because people have fan pages of me on Instagram.
Well, I guess that's what I meant. It's other accounts of you, but not official accounts.
Exactly. Like, no, it's other accounts of me from fans making them, but I don't have another account.
Correct.
So that's my only one.
So you get stabbed, your adrenaline's rushing, you don't feel it.
Mm-hmm.
At what point do you actually know you've been stabbed then?
When I got when I was on my way to the car, like, I felt a little tingle up my arm, but I didn't know, like, what was going on with me until I got in the car and, like, really, like, looked at myself, like, really could feel, like, blood dripping and all of that. That's when I really knew that I was stabbed. And then I was laughing, joking around. Me and my friend in the car, like, laughing about it because I was like, I'm so mad that I got jumped because I had so much family and so much, like, respect, I feel like, in Chicago from doing what I had been doing on social media a little bit. So it was like, I don't know, I just felt disrespected to get jumped on. Plus I had so much family and so much, like, it was just me feeling like they really just tried to play with me. Like, and then that's when I'm on my way to the hospital, when I realized I was stabbed, my arm had started, like, it kind of had this bluish look to it, and I'm like, what is going on with me? And then I'm almost at the hospital, and then that's when I, like, start throwing up, and my friend is, like, crying, and I'm like, I can't breathe, y'all. So I hit the hospital floor, and I was, like, on the floor, and they came and assisted me, and I, like, passed out. Next thing you know, I was getting sewed up last time. I was getting sewed up.
What were you vomiting from? What caused that?
The doctor had told me that they stabbed me in my ulnar nerve. That's your suicide line. So when people are trying to kill themselves, they slit their wrist. And that same nerve is what you touch to, that's your suicide line. So basically, that's what he was telling me. That's what caused me to throw up and not to feel like I couldn't breathe. So, yeah.
So it wasn't the amount of blood that got you queasy or anything like that?
No, it wasn't that. Because I wasn't really bleeding really, really, really bad. I wasn't, like, leaking blood. It was more so like it was dripping, draining all up my arm and stuff, but it wasn't bad.
And they stitch you up. Do you know how many stitches?
I had, like, 7 stitches. Yeah.
And you don't have to stay overnight or anything, even though you didn't have feeling there?
They wanted me to, but I left. I was like, I'm not gonna stay up here. And then he told me, like, because I told him, he asked me, when I got up, like, could I move my fingers? And I was like, I really can't move my fingers. So in, like, these first 3 fingers, they were numb for, like, almost, like, 3 or 4 months. I got feeling in my hands back in, like, 2018, the beginning of 2018. That's when the feeling came back. Because this happened at the end of 2017. So, yeah.
Did you ever question the doctor afterwards and say, hey, I still can't get any feeling back? Did you have to go through any rehabilitation to try to get the feeling back?
They gave me a stress ball. They had gave me this stress ball to do, and they wanted me to do the exercises, but it hurt so bad I didn't do them at first. And I think that's what kept me on for so long, because he told me to do it right away, and I didn't. So, yeah.
Did he say there was any chance that you may never get your feeling back? Or
yes, he did tell me that, and I was so scared. I was like, oh, I love doing my makeup and hair, and I had my son at the time, so I was like, no, I got to get my feeling back in my hand. Yeah, so.
And are you right-handed?
Yes, I am.
and this happened in your right hand.
Yeah, so I'm like, the thought of like, what if I can't write no more? To pick up a pencil felt weird after getting stabbed, all of it. I was just like, oh my gosh, like, it was crazy.
How did you know you actually got your feeling back? When was that moment? Do you remember?
It came back slowly. It didn't come back all at one time.
Okay.
It was like, as time, I think that my friend had took a pen and like went across my finger with the pen one time, because I was like, I couldn't really feel myself touching it, but when she dug with the pen, I could kind of feel it. So I was like, yeah, it's coming back. So, yeah. But I was scared. I thought I wasn't going to get feeling back in my hands.
Now it's normal? You can move the fingers, you can feel everything?
Yeah, it's normal, except like I can tell when I pick certain heavy stuff up, it's in a shock up my arm. So other than that, it's pretty normal, but yeah.
Is the shock painful?
It is, but after that, I was just like, I'm done fighting. Because I'm like, I could have died from that. Defending, I can't even say that I was defending her. I was more so defending the fact that somebody came at me. So, somebody came at me over the phone. So, yeah.
What happened to whoever did this to you?
What you mean, what happened to them?
Was this caught on camera who actually did this to you?
Yeah.
Were there charges pressed, whoever did this to you?
No, we didn't press no charges. Some stuff happened to them for sure. But yeah, we didn't press no charges or none of that. At first it was like a thought, because around the time the area that we got jumped in was so hot. So it was like, for us to even get some type of get back or have any of that going on, it was like, we ain't gonna be able to, from the area that it was in, we was like, nah. It was so hot at the time. Police used to be swarming over there, and it was like a bus station, like right on the other side, and police used to be posted. So I'm like, after the situation happened, the police was always on that, like around that side. So I was just like, okay.
You actually know who did this to you?
I didn't know them until it was a black-owned shop. I didn't know them at all. I just sent her there to get her hair braided for her birthday. We didn't know them, period.
No, I know that, but I mean, were you able to know who actually stabbed you after everything was said and done? Did you figure out who out of the people jumped you actually cut you?
I don't know. I think it was the owner, but I'm not sure. Because she was the one that had on, she had like one of them jackets on that, you know, you carry all your utensils, and she was the only one. So I'm like, I don't know if somebody already had scissors in their hand, or did she just pull it out type of thing, because I was fighting all of them, so, yeah.
What ended up happening to the person that did this to you?
I can't even tell you that. You try to make me snitch on camera. I can't tell you that. But, yeah, some stuff happened, yeah.
What happened with the friend that got their hair braided in all this situation? What did they think about what had happened to you? Are you guys still friends?
No, we don't. It's still all love between me and her. Like, you know, we just not friends no more, because as I grew up and I felt like I was growing, and she was like still caught up in the life around us. So I was just like, I'm cool on that, because I always got into a lot of stuff trying to defend her. I didn't kick her door down, with all type of stuff, trying to put people out her house. Like, it was just too much. Like, my parents and stuff was like, you gonna die behind this girl. Like, my parents hated her. Like, everybody could not stand her, and she thought they couldn't stand her because of me. But they just didn't like the fact that I was always defending her. So.
Was this your best friend at the time, or just a friend?
Yeah, she was my best friend at the time.
And why did you defend her so much? Because she had that best friend title?
Yeah, I think it was that, and not wanting to see her get hurt, because she was a very, like, you know, vulnerable girl. So I feel like people pick up on her vulnerability and was taking her kindness for like weakness. So I was always the one to pick it up first, and then, you know.
Did the friendship between you two, did it start dissipating after that scissors incident?
No, it didn't go left until like I went and got her from Texas. She had got locked up in Texas. Yeah, it wasn't until she got locked up in Texas, and they had set her up in Texas. She went out there for some business or whatever, and basically she had got set up and stuff in Texas, and then I had to go all the way, and she was like stranded out there, and she had got locked up. So when she got out of jail, she didn't have nobody to come and get her. So the post actually went viral. It had like, I think I had like almost 100,000 shares on that on Facebook. The post had went viral when I posted about like how the situation that she was in, like it went over viral off of Facebook. So yes, basically, yeah. It started to go downhill after that because I felt like I was always coming to save her. But she was also there for me too. But when I realized I wanted to grow more on social media and be bigger and be better, I realized that I couldn't, like, it was always going to be a need to feel like I had to be there, you know, just because that was my friend. So, yeah. Yeah.
And what did you learn from the whole stabbing incident? What did you take away from that?
I could have died behind something stupid. I could have died behind something stupid. Really, it was like my anger getting the best of me, because I had a problem with that after, and I wasn't like that as a kid. Like, everybody around me knew, like, as a kid, I was the smooth going one, never, you know, trying to find trouble, always, you know, just, you know, keep it to myself. It wasn't until I started, like, hanging out to where I started to get into fights and just getting into the life, but just learning that I could have lost my life behind something stupid. So, yeah, behind something, but reacting to a situation when I could have just, because I could have left. I could have left the shop. I had so much opportunity to leave that shop, so much opportunity to just walk out, but they didn't want to give her money back. That's what kept me in the shop. They didn't want to give her money back. So that's what made it go left, because I'm like, not only did y'all mess her hair up, y'all don't want to redo her hair because me and her are having a disagreement, and y'all don't want to get her money back. So it was like feeling like y'all not finna play with her like that. So, yeah.
And just curious, when the jumping situation started, did you actually throw the first physical, and I don't know what actually happened, but did you get physical first, I should say, or did they get physical on you first?
I don't even remember. They said it was me. I said it was them. So I don't know. It was one of us. I don't know. I just remember feeling like you too close. Like, you too, like, it was like I just felt like you was in my personal space. I just remember feeling like that. And then that's when it just went left. I just remember, like, yelling. I remember yelling, like, real loud. Then next thing you know, we just fighting. I don't know. I don't know the exacts, but I know that's just how it went. I would start screaming, talking stuff, and then we just got to fighting.
And why weren't charges pressed?
Cause I didn't need that. I didn't need those. Like, when something happened at first, and that's why I said at first, I mean, it was a conversation that was gonna be had, but then after, you know, talking to my family and some more stuff, you know, I was just like, nah, you know what? Go handle this. So, yeah.